Good day, viewers. Thank you for joining us on Global Entertainment TV show, and welcome to Your Opinion, where we tackle the hottest topic in entertainment alongside with the viewers. So be sure to send in your opinion while the show goes on. Send us a message on WhatsApp or interact on our comment sections as well. We'd love to hear from you. So today's topic is CIA President. So, the background of the story. Bola Tinubu past has been a subject of controversy, especially regarding his alleged involvement in drug trafficking in the 1990s. According to various reports, Tinubu was investigated by US authorities for heroin trafficking and money laundering in Illinois, Chicago in January 1992. As a result, he forfeited $460,000 to the US government in 1993, which was deemed to be proceeds from narcotic trafficking. Last night, the CIA admitted that Tinubu has been in communication with the FBI, but that the Nigeria citizen, the press, and the United States residents of Nigeria accessory who have shown heightened interest in Tinubu's investigative record have no right to know what Tinubu had been up to because Tinubu private activities are intertwined with American national security. So Bella, if I may ask, what is your opinion on this?
My opinion is that why would Nigeria have a CIA as a president currently sitting in Aso Rock and then ruling Nigeria? The fact of thinking of this that you have a president that is a CIA that is feeding US government with a whole lot of like you can't even imagine it because you're going to be on the verge of thinking that maybe this person is for Nigeria or is against Nigeria. Maybe this person is helping or is not helping. And due to the current of situation in Nigeria right now, you are going to have a second thought that the whole positivity, the negativity in what in Nigeria right now, it does not affect him, but it does not affect him because all he's working after is towards his own asset from the United States that is coming to him. He's only feeding them the bad side of it, and then he's not ready to bring in the good side to us. And that is what I'm thinking because it's a fear for us. We have to be cautious of ourselves. And then for the fact that we can't even ask questions that who is this president and get answer is another thing for us to we should be aware of. If I thought it's just a common person, then something could be done. But right now, absolutely nothing. We are just going to be shouting for now.
Okay, Stephen, your opinion on this?
Well, I think Nigeria is in a space where we need to be afraid now because one, now CIA is bringing this up now that our president is an active access to them in so many ways. Definitely, this our president has been having these secret deals with the Americans because as a sitting president now, we are having a deal. We are linking up information from this country, giving it to the CIA. It's a very long stage we are now because one, we know Tinubu's past record. We know his past. Most of us know his past record, having this trafficking,
Drug dealing
drug
stuff.
dealing, and everything. We know about it. We even had the president. Definitely, the CIA knows about it. Definitely, they have backings in the election also. Because knowing all these things before, we didn't link this early enough for us to know about it. We are linking it now that is an active asset. To me, I believe the US and Nigerian government have this they have this 5 and 6 plan.
Interchanging of politics between them.
I think they even have their own thing. This way our president development because they also have their own impact. I don't know if they are doing this to spoil our country or they are doing this to help us. The only way I know the Americans will come into help is when they want to sell arms. When it comes to war, they will have their own benefit in doing things. So that's just my opinion about this.
So Adesina, if I may ask, who is the man sitting in Aso Rock?
So if you ask me now, where's the man sitting in Asura? There are so many people in Asura. Offices are so much. But if you ask who the president is, or who mounts, who else the Asura, it's the president that we voted for. That's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. the Nigerian president.
Okay, Stephen, do you have anything to say on this?
Well, everybody knows the man sitting there is our president. Now they are now asking, is he really our president or an informant to the US?
Exactly. Is it the
Because
spy?
I don't really understand this case now. Because I believe the US should be wise enough to know that okay, you know all these sins that this man has committed. Bring him out, hold him. Okay, now you're telling us that he forfeited
Four
four
hundred
hundred
and
and
sixty
and
thousand
sixty
dollars.
thousand dollars to you people. To you now it's a plus to the
It's been long,
economy.
oh. It's been
It's a plus to
years.
the economy and it's a minus to us. All these things we need to look into it. This is where we need our EFCC to look into this matter. Yeah, the
You
CIA
know,
have come out now to drop
right now that he's still sitting president. The FBI cannot just come into it right now. That is the thing. They can't just come into it. That is the reason why they are trying to keep some information about the drugs and all that away from him. Because being a CIA to the US is just as if that you are being protected and not protected. Your identity is being protected from the citizen that you are governing right now, not to be exposed. Because if anything of that is going to happen, because there's a whole lot that is going to be in danger. It's either we, the citizen, is going to be in danger, we are going to be open to the terror who is that is going to come in food to attack us. That is just one of the fears that is going to be there, and his family as well. I think that was the reason why that this US is trying to not publish the whole stuff and says that, hey, yes, this is the
We should,
record we have about it, the bad side of the record, the trafficking and all that. We have
we
the
should not
record.
bother digging on it at
We should
all.
not bother digging in on it. Maybe after he has left the seat, then they can now be like, okay, we are coming for this person because we also feels like he has done something or he has gone against the contract that he signs with us. Then we can now fight against it. But right now, it's just as if that we needed to just let's trade carefully, not to so deep into it and then escalate the whole thing. Because maybe there are other countries that his CIA agency has actually offended, which they are waiting. Maybe they are like, oh, maybe someone did this to our country, but we don't know who is the person. Imagine then the whole thing now escalating and then, oh, maybe, oh, this is the president that, don't worry, whether you are president of this country or not, we are coming to your country to destroy it because we already find out that you are part of what happened to us in so time.
Okay, do you have anything to say?
Okay, I mean, want to tend to disagree because there's this saying that you don't crucify one when without a fear hearing. So for me, the declaration has come out is an aid of the president, and he has also called it whatever the case or whatever the story is as tragic. That it is, it's not what we should believe. It's not what Nigeria should believe. Yeah, David Ndenya has said his own part of it. That's what he said happened. Nobody was there. You understand? He has the right to whatever he wants to say. Probably may come out today and say the president is bigoted. That's what US says. We now need to let the president defend himself. However, we should not train. I also want to believe that we should not base our crucifixion or decision on one person's, defense. But let's talk about it. If whatever David and has said is actually fact, then I want to come in this way that yes, everybody have a right to freedom of information, according to the Freedom of Information Act that is domesticated even here in Nigeria and the US. So don't want to believe that the US are protecting the family of the president. That's the reason why they are not giving full information. US will come anytime. There's this thing about them. Maybe these days I don't trust the legal system, the justice system. But US they don't care about whatever consequences is damned. There was Muammar Gaddafi, and because the president too, they don't care about his family. They went after him. They went not only after him, they went after himself and his family when they had to feed themselves in bunkers. And they uprooted all of them and all of them were killed. So if America have an interest, they go for it fully. But one of our co-hosts has also mentioned the FCC. But one thing about Nigeria is that the Nigerian president, the vice president, all the 36 governors and the deputy governors have immunity.
Yeah.
So you cannot even put until maybe the National Assembly impeach. If the National Assembly then decide to investigate it and they find something incriminating, they may then decide to go by legal way and impeach him. But until then, whatever is said online is not substantiated. But even if we say that he is also a CIA agent, we say that he's a CIA agent, we also have NIA in Nigeria, National Intelligence Agency. We have it in Nigeria. They also have BS there. And if we have, what this thing happens is that there's something we call intergovernmental, relationship,
Yeah.
intergovernmental relationship. So if he is an agent of the CIA is not a terrorist organization. It's not a terrorist organization. So it then depends that what I know about CIA. We've had a lot of media person that are accused to be, CIA. What then give it to the CIA? Now the intelligence is way
Top
above.
notch.
above. You understand what I'm saying? I heard the story, but I've not confirmed it. When they said the American seized Nigerian ways, and the military person in charge also seized American Airways, and they showed him what is inside the asshole of that. They can come from you if we want to come for it. That's
And why is the US not ready to actually rebuild the drug trafficking of the president and also the fact that he's actually a CIA, but they are just admitting some part of it that yes, he's a
He was
CIA,
once a
he
CIA.
was a CIA, but they are not ready to actually reveal the exact identity of him.
I'll get there. So if you say that the president is a CIA agent, are you saying currently or before he was elected as president? And that's why I said,
Before and even still now.
let me tell you something. Something I know, but I don't want to say it so that I will not be, picked up. But something I want to believe. Let me say my own opinion is that the CIA may decide to use Nigerian media as their agent and give them information about your country. And this is what your government is up to. Escalate this so that Nigerian people will be aware. They are not terrorist organization. They share information. Nigeria share. Let me give you one thing. About I think last year or early this year, the DEA, that's the Drug Enforcement Agency, they bought one of the largest drug house in the Ikorodu, one of the largest in West Africa. How were they able to do it? They came and they partnered with the NDLA, Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency. So those are ways that this guy partners. You understand what I'm saying? That because they don't have um,
Enough.
there's
They
something
don't
we call
have
sovereignty.
yeah.
You understand? So this is our own sovereign land. The US president, being the world president, being the number one, the most respected president in the world, does not have a say of whatever goes on in Nigeria. They only have a say in what happens in the country. Why President Tinubu have a say in whatever comes to our country. If you decide, for example, if you decide to extradite anyone in Nigeria, that person must first be subjected to legal system, must first be taken to court. And if the judge says this person is not going to the US, no matter how big the US is, that person is not going. And a very good example is this guy, Abakari, a former police officer that was suspended, that has not been investigated to today. America requested for him during the hush puppy issue, and he was supposed to be taken abroad. But the court says you are not going anywhere.
Um,
And that's sovereignty.
what about if this president is the CIA?
Yeah.
What about the terrorist that is actually working, happening in the north? I think he should have been the first person to actually make a report on it. Then something could have been done because the more they are not going down, more are still emerging. And then I think that he has to use that power of being a CIA to actually assist Nigeria in some way, like during this time of terrorists and then the kidnapping. Because I know that the US are not just people that we can just say that this thing cannot be possible with them. With their system and then their police and every other thing, they
So,
have the equipment to actually do that.
so
Why
there's
would the president not have to interfere them with that?
so there's a DG for NI, Nigerian Intelligence Agency, the Director General. The president has a lot on his table. It's not just about terrorists. He has road to build. He has
I,
FCT to take care of.
I'm sorry for
Let me answer. I will answer your question. The president
So I
has
want
a
to ask
lot.
one question.
I just wanted to ask that
I just
question.
want to. This is not defending to me.
Okay.
No way.
Okay, that's
This is
exactly what I'm going
this is
to
not
ask.
this is not defending to me, but this is just being objective. There's something objectivism, there's subjectivism. So if we already have hatred for Tinubu, then anything that comes in, we then want to believe it without subjecting it to critical thinking and maybe fact checking. You get what I'm saying? But if we liking. If you like somebody and somebody tell you that this person is a bad person, they don't want to believe it. But so as a media, I think that we need to first, until it has been confirmed that this guy is actually a CIA agent. But one thing I said is that when you talk about terrorism, we should be able to provide information. At this moment, I don't want to believe that even if he was a CIA agent, he's no longer, because what is on his table is so much. We have over 220 million Nigerians. You understand what I'm saying? And this means people keep complaining of hunger. And the next thing you want to bother yourself with is just terrorism. And if
Terrorism is about threat.
no, I'm saying you want to bother yourself with only terrorism in the northwest, and leave the whole of the other geopolitical zone. So one thing I think is that there is a CIA, there is an NIA, you understand, and there's DG. It's sharing information. If you give Tinubu all the information without informing the Nigerian army, without informing other security agency, Tinubu will not leave us so and go and fight terrorism.
Okay, let me ask one question. If I may ask, because while you were talking, you were like, what if it is true?
What if it is true? Yeah.
Yes. So let me ask this question. What does it mean to the Nigerian people to have a president who is an American intelligence agency asset?
So what it means to Nigerian people is that, like I said the other time, that if he used to be,
Okay.
while I am not saying that he was or is still,
Okay.
you understand? But if truly he used to be, you understand? Like I've said the other time, CIA is not a terrorist organization. It is not. So if you share information, these guys share information. Oh, remember, somebody steal your car here and able to apprehend that person in less than 24 hours in Zamfara state. How possible? It's information sharing.
Exactly.
So the police that share information from here to Zamfara state, are they criminals?
No.
Is it bad sharing information?
No.
These guys have ways of sharing information. You understand? But the scary part of it is that we don't know what information was shared. But I want to believe that no reasonable president wants to put its citizen on that tire. It's possible to say, let the Yoruba nation goes out of Nigeria. You understand? And because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, it's easy for him to say, let's go. But no president wants to have that record that Nigeria divides in under my administration.
Yeah.
So no Nigerian president, I think Nigerian president wants to say, this country, the people of this country are going down under my administration.
So sorry to cut you short. Let me ask you: are you suggesting it is good? It is a good thing to have a president under a CIA asset?
For me,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the best thing.
But that's what you are.
But I'm saying that.
That's what you're actually moving to.
Let me give you something. I was discussing something last week with somebody.
Okay.
How powerful the CIA is. I was discussing something last week with somebody. You know that the CIA has the power. Like that person told me that the CIA has the power to knock out the president. Like they can make the president faint immediately once they suspect security breach.
Maybe he has been a royal absent, like a royal counterpart with, like, he never disobeyed them in anything. That is why they are still keeping. And then they don't want it to go deep into his detail to reveal it to.
You know why they're not going deep into the details?
That's because he's being royal.
That's not because he's being royal. Because I've read that news. I've read what David then posted. He said that they don't want to share much information about his involvement in CIA because of other people. So it then means that if you are an agent of CIA, if I'm an agent of CIA, you see one thing, and a very good example is DSS. You just see them on black, you don't see DSS. They don't have anything that you can. So they may be here gathering information and think they're playing with you or you're your friends. But you don't know. That's an agent. You understand what I'm saying? So if I then become CIA agent, and now I'm CIA agent, America is exposing my identity. What about other CIA agents? They're no longer safe. America will not compromise.
No, I'm asking you this question. What if the president is a CIA agent? Like, are you supporting it? But you are not, the way you are saying things.
If the president of the country is still a CIA agent, that's why I said the sketchy part of this. The sketchy part of this is that we don't know what information is being shared.
So you are supporting him being a CIA agent.
No, I'm not supporting it.
That's what you're actually doing now.
I said, if the president at the moment is a CIA, if I'm a CIA agent tomorrow, you want to kill me for that?
No, it's not a matter of killing you for that. David actually mentioned that in there that when the CIA actually says that the president being CIA, and then they cannot actually reveal his identity of that is going to have an effect on the family and friends and people. I'm not just saying that his friends alone. I'm saying about all the citizens that is going to have an effect on us as well. That is what I'm trying to say. Because if you're going to look about the terrorists that are actually emerging in Northern, they are not just those people that speak Hausas alone. They speak other different languages. You can imagine how that can lead far to us. It's actually affecting. And I was thinking that if Phil says that it's good for him being the CIA, I was expecting that there could be an improvement in us. Not just forget about the hunger and the inflation that is happening in Nigeria. I'm thinking that this terrorist could have been knocked down. Not now that he's in a sitting, that then there will be another new terrorist that's emerging, because there's already two in the north, and then they're fighting themselves.
So I can answer that question when you ask that question. Do Nigeria buys most of our weapons from America?
I know they do.
So we don't really produce much of that weapon, like the American produces.
Yes.
Even that currently Israel versus Lebanon, Gaza, Palestine, what's the name, Iran, most of the weapons have been transported from US to that place.
Exactly.
Even the one between Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
So which weapon are we transporting? Is it enough for us? What, ask yourself, why did it take Americans so many years to defeat Afghanistan terrorists?
Okay, Stephen, what is your opinion on this?
Well, this addition area has almost said everything wrong. For me, I want to emphasize on the issue of the president being an agent and the reason why the US does not want to jeopardize or go into the issue. One, as an agent, there are some things, there are some privacy you need to get from all this. If the US, the CIA starts revealing so many things you don't know about our president, one, like they said, it's going to affect their family. Because we need to keep this family in protection. There are so many people an agent will have given information about that has exposed them, that has taken them to court, that has given jeopardized of people's life, knowing that this person is doing the wrong thing, this person is doing the right thing. That need so many information about these people. Now, if you are going deep into this matter now, you are including so many things that we Nigerians don't know, and some people don't know about this. If they know about this, is one, people will like all CIA said, will come after their family. Yes, they will come after the family. And it also affect us. Because there are so many people, I don't believe it's only the president that's into this people. There are so many people surrounding him that knows about this thing that they don't want to go into. Like there was somewhere they said if they start calling names, it will go beyond what we know. So all these things now, like I said, I'm now beginning to understand the CIA in their own points. Well, in Nigerians, we still need to know who our president is.
Or what information are they sharing?
Okay, let me ask this, Stephen. When the American Intelligence Agency is protecting the American national security, how about the Nigerian national security?
Our national security one is we can't go compare to the intelligence of the CIA. Well, if Nigerian security, if the American security are protecting our own Nigerian, like you said, right? If they are protecting our own Nigerian security, we should have their own reason to do that.
What about the Nigerian national security?
We can't say we are doing well because one, we know our security agency already. We know the kind of security agency we have. In a situation where we say, I don't need to use vision, some security will say you give them this kind of information, they will link it to other people.
Yeah.
You understand? They will link it to other people. No, I don't really have much to say about this.
So Bella, sorry, please let Bella answer this question.
But I'm still going to be standing on the fact that if the president is still going to be the CIA, there's a whole lot of benefit.
You won't answer my question.
I'm going to answer your question. That is where I'm going. There's going to be a whole lot of benefit because I think that this thing has to actually, if the US is going to be actually protecting their own security, they should also know that they have an agent in Nigeria that needed protection
Exactly,
as well.
right.
Because most of the things that we have to be purchasing, like the arms and all that they needed to be given to the security in Nigeria, should come in handy. Not as if that we have to own a debt for it before we can get it. We don't have to mostly purchase everything before we get it, because there is not enough arm. There's not enough security. Even if there is enough, they are not well equipped with arms. So I'm asking this question: why does the US decided not to protect the Nigerian security, even when they have an agency here?
Okay.
Okay, so let me hear from you, Mr. Addition.
If you are my neighbor, you build a house close to my own house. You understand? This is my duty to protect my house. What you do with your house is your duty. But I should protect. I will find it funny that
What if you and your neighbor have a shared things in common, like light, water? What if you and your neighbor have those things shared together? Are you going to, for the fact that he's your neighbor, and you two have shared things like the light and water together, and then you wanted to just assume that he is my neighbor? If anything happened in your room, you don't want it to ask your neighbor, okay, do you have light? Because my light just went off and I don't know the reason why. Do your water still run? Because my water just stopped and I don't know the reason why. And you still wanted to just assume the fact.
I've told you about sovereignty. That the American president, then the world president, has power only in America. He's not going to come from there.
But why does
You know what they do? Sorry, this bilateral relationship between countries is that Nigeria call on them and say, we are short, secure, militarized. We don't have enough security. We need your support against terrorism. Let me give you an example. During this person's administration, I think Obama and Goodluck Jonathan, they offered to give support to Nigeria against Boko Haram, right? But they give conditions that Nigeria could not meet. And that was why we didn't, the president, Bola Jonathan administration did not buy into it. You understand? So America will not leave their country and come to Nigeria to support, except that you say, now let me not give you one thing I said, that if the president used to be a CIA agent, I don't think that he is currently a CIA agent. You know why? The president's wife, I think I've watched movies whereby even when the president is sick, the wife does not have access to him. It's not his family's property. It's Nigeria's property. Its calls are monitored.
Okay.
Its calls are monitored. Everything about the president at the moment is being monitored.
Okay.
So it then means that whatever information the president is sharing to CIA is monitored.
Okay.
The president does not have his own security. For his first son, Tinubu, to have access to him, he will no longer be as usual. This man, if anything happens to this, let me give you something. I watched a movie where the governor was sick. The governor was very, very sick, and he has to be flown abroad. The wife says, fly him abroad. The security says, don't leave him here. Who will they listen to? Security. What they knew that what if he gets abroad and they kill him? The security will have to pay for it. You don't understand? I hate to use this word, but the president is Nigeria. He's equal to 220 million people. If anything happens to him, it's an embarrassment to the whole world.
But if anything happened to the citizen, it's not an embarrassment to the world.
It's an embarrassment. I'm coming to that side.
My question is,
so all of those things are that whenever the information that is being shared, you understand?
My question
everybody, DSS, maybe because I'm kind of way into the government. You understand what I'm saying? So there was a day of this time, that was during the International Youth Week, when the governor came to Campus Stadium. So the National Youth Council of Nigeria, the chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria of Lagos State, and the Speaker of the Lagos State Parliament were supposed to welcome the governor. But being that the Speaker of the Lagos State Parliament was not around, so I become the next person, because I'm the Deputy Speaker of the Lagos State Parliament. So now the National Youth Council of Nigeria chairman was already there, because he was putting on the VYO's uniform, all these Boy Scouts and all of those things. But I got there late. The moment I got there, I was already barricaded. Why? Because they don't trust me. They don't know what I had the intention of. Until the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, they now introduced me. Even the woman, they pushed the woman aside. Until they now introduced me the DSS guy, among them, I said, this guy is. So that was when they allowed me close to the governor. Myself and the National Youth Council of Nigerian chairman now took the governor. We went to the governor until the governor sat down. That was when we left for our own seats. Do you get what I'm saying? So it then means that the governor, whatever is around the governor, is being monitored. Everything around the governor, if everything around the president, if there is a call of threat to that government, to the president today, it's a call of threat to Nigeria. So it's an embarrassment. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so if they are still sharing information, I believe that the military, the DSS, the Nigerian intelligence agency is aware.
And my second question, sorry,
Okay.
and my second question is that why does the US actually have, let me say, is it 20 to, let me say 30 to 40% of in the election that is actually going on in Nigeria?
Is that fact, or you think?
And
Yes.
it-
I'm a
because-
sociologist.
because
I'm a sociologist.
so
you have to provide. You see, what we
Because
do
so
with
many times that they're going to be during the Jonathan's time, then you actually mentioned the Obamas because Jonathan was unable to meet with the terms of the US. That was why he was never picked for the second time. So I'm
No,
still
I didn't say that.
okay.
I didn't say it was not picked for second time.
Okay,
They offered to provide us security against terrorism.
and then
But I don't know what went down between
what
both
went
parties.
down, and then
But it wasn't.
but why does the US have to have that say in that
In that, they
election?
wanted in the election.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a sociologist. What we deal with is facts, research. So if you say 20% or 30%, I'm compared to ask you that where did you get your data? That's why I said, for us as journalists, you understand, I doing a professional job for me as a journalist. We should deal with facts, not what we think.
Okay.
What I think of it, if I think that you are war,
And what do you think about that
About
election
that-
time? Most of the
Let me tell you-
election, the US actually come into like campaign for the certain candidate that he.
so for Tinubu against Peter Obi against Atiku, where did they come from? Or can you provide an
The
evidence?
first
that-
time, let me start off with the Buhari's time because the Obama actually came out and then campaign for Buhari.
He came out and campaigned. You
Yes.
saw the video.
Yes.
Okay, let's go move on.
So why do they have so much? Why do they have a say in the election that is
I'll tell you
going
why they
on
have
in
a say.
Nigeria?
I'll tell you why they have a say in the election that is going on in Nigeria. The reason why they have a say is that every human being has a right to their own opinion.
Okay.
If I'm the president of the United States of America and I have a bilateral relationship with Nigerian people, I understand that the kind of president that they have determines our relationship
But
forward.
other countries never do
They
that.
do. Countries do. Do you know how many countries supported Trump against Kamala Harris?
China supported them.
Do you know how many countries supported? Because they have working relationship. And they believe that if Kamala continues to be the Democrats continues to be the president, they do not have the easy way for them. And every country wants to protect their interests.
Okay.
So it then means that I have an opinion to say that I can be and say, I don't want to say this, but let me say, I have a leader, political leader, that loves Democrats so much. And I said, sir, this election is obvious from the beginning that Trump will win this election. But because he spent most of his life in America, and he loves Democrats, so he said he's sure that Kamala Harris will win it. I have an opinion, yes or no. I can come online and say, Kamala will win. Right? Who will arrest me for that?
No.
Have I broken any law? No. But if Kamala does not, if Trump does not win, have I broken any law? No. But one thing a breaking the law is going there to vote when I'm not eligible to vote. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I am not eligible to vote there. I'm not an eligible voter in America. So I don't have, if I steal my name, so people will arrest me. So everybody have an opinion.
Okay.
You can say that if a state Buhari will win and Jonathan wins, does it change anything? It changes nothing. So everybody have their opinion, except that you can prove that there's a way that they rig their election. That is crime. Rigging election is crime. So except that you can prove that they rig their election, but that they just spoke their opinion, cannot be subjected to any money. It cannot be said of it that you are broken any law. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if America has a working relationship with Nigeria and they believe that Buhari will not work for them, Jonathan will work for them, they will do everything possible to ensure that the relationship is not jeopardized, it's not jettisoned, that
Okay.
the interest is not worked against. Do you
So
get what I'm
Okay,
saying?
Mr. Adishino.
Yeah.
Stephen, let me ask. This is the last question, but not the least.
Mhm.
What does it mean to the integrity of Nigerian national security? What does this mean to the integrity of Nigerian national
Well,
security?
it means a lot. One, we are always say Nigeria national security needs to work. Like the other one said, like, we are not sleeping. We need to work because now, since the CIA has come out and said that this is happening and this is not happening, we don't know the full information. Now, I expect the national security to go into this and know where this is coming from. This is our country.
Mhm.
This is where we are. We need to have our own investigation.
Mhm.
So it means a lot to our integrity. One, I can see our national security is not being balanced already. It's obvious there is no balance. We expect it to be. So I believe the government needs to look into that also. We also have more.
Bella, do you have anything to say before we round up?
That
Also,
I
I,
don't know.
I also need to say, looking at the word national security, I don't want to say this too, but you know that you can break the law because of national security.
Yeah.
You can't break that law because of national security. It means that if the integrity of this, the military are not supposed, you are not supposed to see the army on the road. What they are protected, what they are designed to do is to protect the national integrity of that country. So what they perceive, like I said the other time, that somebody told me that you can knock out the whole president if you believe that the security is at risk at that moment. You can knock that person out, shut that person off, not kill him. Then when you get to, you wake that person again because they believe that the national security. That's why I said, America. What if FBI have enough reason to prove that releasing Tinubu's information will jeopardize their national security? I beg to tell you that no judge will compel the information to be released so as to break their own national security. No judge ever. Nigeria will not do so when they perceive that if I give this information to America, the whole of Nigeria is gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So everybody has the right to protect. I'm not supporting Tinubu. I am not. Because I still believe that. But one thing I must add is that now an allegation has been made against President Tinubu. It is now onus on the security, Nigerian intelligence agency, to now conduct their own research and tell us what kind of information has been shared between the president and the US. Is it to our own good or to our own bad, or the opposite of it? So if it's to our own good, thank God. But if it's to the bad of it, then the National Assembly comes in and let us know what is going on. So for me, and another one that we must have, before the 2023 election, this issue has been raised about the narcotics, a forfeiture of $460,000. And they've asked, these guys said they were going to release information.
Since then,
They said they were going to release information. However, they softly denied it. We said he didn't go to school. Chicago released information.
they said there was no certificate found.
yeah, they said it one time like that before he was elected.
The Chicago State University.
It baffles me that this man sitting in that Aso Rock, there is no trace of any family relations and all that. And like any family relations that you can actually say that, okay, this person actually come from his side, this person actually come from his side, and you just tell that he's Tinubu, but you can't actually wrap your head around it that, okay, this is his root, where he come from.
And one of Tinubu's,
they will surely cover up now.
One of Tinubu's most loyal person that is now an enemy is former governor of Osun State, Rauf Aregbesola. Rauf Aregbesola said when he was fighting Tinubu that kò wá lè ní time àbúrò yín sìn kẹsàn pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. So in his own way, he has said that Tinubu and Oyetola, former governor of Osun State, who is currently the Minister of Marine Economy, that they are cousins from Osun State. So there's an allegation that Tinubu is not from Lagos, that is from Osun. So if he's from Osun, there's a family already. Then if he's from Lagos, I know of Fola Tinubu in charge of Panera. I know of him. We were together in a program about 3 weeks ago in the corridor.
I think there's a whole lot of misconception and against everything that is happening. Isn't that as if that Nigeria is against or with him, with Nigeria? It's just as if that we don't actually know what is happening at the moment, but we just wanted to imagine that it's not going to be the worst that could happen to Nigeria. There's a whole lot of misconception.
They knew this before he was elected.
So I will not
They
support.
knew this before he was elected.
I know they knew this before it's elected because it's just as if that there's a target from each corner. We don't know if it's within Nigeria or
Or
outside
outside.
Nigeria.
So if it's outside Nigeria to destabilize Nigeria, we will still support it. That's why I said, let us base our argument on facts. Let us always base our argument on facts. I do not support if it's a CIA agent, as long as my own security is not compromised. Our security as Nigerians is not compromised. But if he is, the Nigerian intelligence agency, they have to tell us what's going on. Thank
Okay,
you.
viewers, because of our time today, we have to go now. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to share, like, and follow us for more news and information on Global Entertainment News. Join us again tomorrow where we did share into part 2 of this conversation, where we have more information on this.